Thanks, man. Thanks. How you
Yeah,
going anyway, dude? You all right?
yeah, fantastic. Yeah, really good. Yeah, we've been enjoying it with getting some good reviews on the album, and everyone seems to be enjoying it. So it's been good so far. I
Mate,
have to say.
I have to say that all the praise is well deserved. Like, I think it's one of the best fucking albums of the year, hey. Like, it's
Oh,
really, really good, dude. Like,
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
yeah. And everyone's
Yeah,
talking about it. It's so good to see that, an Aussie band and I keep seeing it pop up here and there. People, oh, you got to check out the band. Man, it's so good. So good to see.
yeah,
Congrats.
awesome. Oh, appreciate it. Thanks heaps.
Yeah, no worries, man. It's called Soul Furnace, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, that's yeah. Well, actually, we just got the vinyl in the mail today, so I've got to see for the first time the actual copy, like, and sit there and look at it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. See the artwork and the lyrics and the whole package, all as one. So it's pretty cool to sit down and finally have it, because it's been a bit of a journey. It's taken a while. It's been 12 months since we recorded it. So, well, not exactly 12 months, but yeah, it feels like it has been. But yeah, it's been pretty epic. So I'm glad that it's all out and you guys can finally hear it.
So there was it what 12 different versions of the vinyl was there?
No, I think there's only three. There
Right.
was three. I think there's three. There's a red one, and
Yep.
then there's a black. And I know that Season of Mist released the marble, a white and black marble one that you can buy through their store. So yeah, but in like through us, I think it's only the black and the red. So yeah, there's still a few up there for sale. So I
Man,
know there's not. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm so keen to get it on that red vinyl, eh?
Yeah,
So good.
yeah,
Which
it's
what'd you get?
cool.
Which one did you get?
Well, I've got the marble. It's still coming. It's coming from it's coming from I think it's coming from Europe. So I got to wait. But yeah, my girlfriend bought. She wanted her own copy. I was like, we're gonna have them everywhere, and she's like, no, I want to support the band. I was like, okay. So
Oh,
she's bought a red one that come in the mail today. So I was like, oh, okay. I finally get to see it for like myself. So it's pretty cool.
that is heaps cool,
Yeah,
man. That's so exciting, dude. Because I mean,
yeah.
it seemed like it's you said it's been a long time sort of coming, but the band, everything seemed to have happened quite quickly over the last couple of years, right? Like you wrote it, recorded it, like bang, bang, bang,
Yeah,
quickly.
it happened like really fast. It was like, fucking ridiculous, really. But as far as, yeah, like this band has happened really quick, but I guess it's just been a build up, because like everyone is like a seasoned muso, that everyone's doing other stuff, and it was just, we always played together, we've toured together, we played gigs together in other bands, but this is the first time that we've all sort of done something together like this. So yeah, it was fun to work with everyone, and but I think it was just the right mix of everything, the way that everyone works, and then you put all four of us together, and everything just happens really fast, and we all just feed off each other, and yeah, we got together and wrote yeah, Soul Furnace. It only took a few months. And then, yeah, we pretty well recorded it like straight away. And then it was, yeah, the whole getting it out there and sort of seeing what everyone thought. And yeah, everyone seems to like it. And it's been pretty wild. Like you said, it's all happened so fast, and it's just an absolute whirlwind, really. And now we're just at the end where you guys can finally hear it, and it's up on Spotify and everywhere for everyone to hear. So it's been good to finally get to see what you guys think and what everyone thinks about it. It's great.
Man, so good. So good. And
Yeah,
you recorded it at Bushido Studios, is that right? That's Dan
yeah, yeah.
Studio.
Yeah, That's Dan Preston's studio. Just he's in Melton, just out of Melbourne. So yeah, we spent a week there. We did like pre-production stuff there, and then yeah, we recorded everything there with Troy, and then yeah, we think we did it in like 7 days, and then it got sent to Kurt Ballou to mix, and yeah, he did that in a few days, and then yeah, we started getting takes of the album and certain songs. You do like chunks of songs and send them to us, and yeah, it was pretty exciting because we hadn't really heard it like mixed, and you know, it's always exciting when you're recording some like new music and you're getting it back and having a listen. But yeah, it didn't take long to record. We sort of knocked it out pretty quick. But I guess compared to what the other guys normally do, music wise, it was a bit of a step back, you know. So it wasn't as, you know, not like 15-minute epic sort of ballad like prog death metal songs. It was, you know, a bit more chill. You know, I think the album goes for like 35 minutes or something. So it's not a long album. Yeah.
It's good though, and you know, it is different. It is a different project for all of you, really, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
musically, like
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is for the other guys. I've sort of, you know, that sort of style, sort of where I was heading with my like my sort of singing wise, like the vocals. I think that's why the boys chose me. You know, they wanted me to try out and sing in the band, and I think it sort of it fits perfect for what they want to do,
yeah.
and yeah, it's working really well. So we just have to play some gigs and get it out there, and yeah, play some live shows now. That's the next step, which is
So
going to be awesome.
so of course, working with Kurt Ballou as well. What a fucking legend! It
Oh yeah,
sounds incredible, dude. Like I turned this thing
yeah,
up. I was driving around running errands for work, and I was just like, man,
yeah.
it's so good. How was it working with him?
Oh, he's yeah. Well, he's very organized, and you know, and being, you know, that we were in Melbourne and he was over in the States.
Mm.
There was a bit of a delay on everything, so you know, he'd fire off like a massive email, like make sure this you have it like this, and I want it like this, and everything had to be spot on, you know. And yeah, we made sure everything was the way he liked it, and then yeah, and then we send songs back to him, and then you know we wouldn't hear. Well, you know, like he'd send songs to us, sorry, and we wouldn't hear. You know, we'd say, oh, maybe change this, or maybe bring the guitars up, or turn the vocals down, or turn the hats down in this part, or something. And then you know he'd be like, yep, and then you know, he'd go away for a couple of days, and then he'd send it back, and then it was a bit of back and forth, but it wasn't really that bad. Like he was very organized, and like we're extremely happy with how it sounded. So you knew that he was like, oh, I've got this. Like you know, he's a professional. So we didn't have any issues with his like you know standards or whatever. Like he was all over it. So yeah, we're very happy with the end product. It's been great. It's
Did
awesome.
much change though? You know, you got the demos and you sent them to him, and you said, you know, he said, oh, this here, this here. But did the songs actually change their actual form to what they are now in the finished product at all?
Um, I think like we sort of had an idea of how it was going to sound, like especially with the guitar tone.
Mm.
That was sort of like something that the boys were pretty set on. But I think it was just I don't know, it's sort of hard to explain, but just him like the way that he sort of mixed the drums and the bass and just brought everything up, like my vocals, you know, and just mix the songs as a whole, like all the instruments. Like, yeah, that was definitely all him. Like, he really brought that out and gave it that punch. And yeah, it definitely like that was all of him. But as far as the way we wanted it to sound, like the actual way that it sounds, like that was definitely us. But yeah, we sort of just needed someone to take it to that next step, you know?
And did I hear somewhere that you had COVID or something when you were recording vocals? Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, we actually all had COVID.
Oh man, hectic.
Yeah. Yeah, I had COVID when I recorded. I think it was like, I think the first day or 2 days I was starting to get sick, and then like the last day, because I do like 3 or 4 songs each day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I'd go in and record, and then Troy, well, we're in this small room, and I was, we were doing the vocals, and Troy's sitting there next to me, and I'm pretty well set up at the mixing desk with a microphone, and he's just doing his thing, and I'm screaming in this room. It's tiny, so I'm just like projecting COVID all around the room, and he had his like assistant with him, and the next day, yeah, he got sick, and a couple of other boys that were there, they got sick, and their partners got sick, so I just gave it to everyone. So and then, they were finishing off guitar tracks and doing all kinds of stuff, and everyone had COVID, and it was, like it was COVID, but it wasn't like too bad. I think we just had, like a runny nose, and
Yeah.
you hear those stories of COVID where you get a mild case, like, yeah, but it wasn't that bad. But yeah, definitely felt it trying to scream my lungs out, but I got through it in the end. So yeah, it was a bit of an experience.
I don't even know how you do it, man, because I'm a vocalist as well. So I know exactly what it's like. We get a cold or something that just changes shit. And
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes you got to push through.
yeah.
And I could not imagine when I had the Rona earlier
Yeah.
this year, man, I could not imagine tracking vocals with that. I was just,
Oh, it was painful. Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And knowing
Yeah,
that
no.
and hearing like how good the vocal takes are, man, you wouldn't tell. You wouldn't have told. Like it sounds like full power. You fucking
Yeah.
smashed today.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I definitely, there was a few takes in there. It wasn't, I walked in there and did one take on every track. There was definitely a few goes at it. But yeah, I got there, and also it was the first time that I really sang. We did like a few jams
Mm.
before we recorded, but we really just walked in. We wrote the songs. I wrote the lyrics. We had a couple of jams, and then pretty well just got in the studio and started recording. So and yeah, like none of us had played gigs because of COVID. Like we've
Mm.
been 2 years or so. Like 2019 was our last, or my last gig that I played. So walking into the studio, it was off no previous, like no gigs or no touring or anything. It was just straight in the studio after 2 years and screaming my lungs out. So it yeah, it was a different way of doing it, but I got through it. It sounds good. Everyone's enjoying it, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, fucking oath you should. You should be proud of
Yeah.
yeah, man. It's like it's a massive feat. But in regards to the lyrics and the title, what is there a concept that's running through it?
Well, we sort of, I don't know, I just sort of take inspiration like from anything really, but mostly, I don't know, I sort of, it just depends really like on where I'm at with each track, but mostly lots of like the environment I'm in, or like nature or something like that, like harsh environments. But Soul Furnace, because there's a couple of tracks where it's just sort of more, like trying to get evil, or I'm sort of vibing off the riff, and I'll
Hmm.
just sort of start, let my like imagination go a bit, and yeah, that track was sort of like, I had this idea of this. I don't know if you've seen the front cover, but it's like this evil dude with all the skulls, and that he's like sucking into himself, and I had
Yeah,
this
yeah.
vision of this dude who was like this guy that was just like absorbing all this evil energy and like, souls from people and all this shit. So I sort of, imagine this dude, and yeah, that's where the name come about, like Soul Furnace. Like this guy is like this big brewing furnace of like dead souls, and that's pretty like metal shit. So yeah, I thought it was a cool title and something cool to sing about over a metal song. So yeah, it was perfect.
Well, in regards to the album cover, that was I can never say, like, I'm sorry, dude, he's Italian.
Paolo?
Paolo, yeah,
Yeah.
Paolo. Girardi, is that how you say his last name?
Yeah, Girardi.
Girardi.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
he's a character.
man.
Yeah.
I would not, fucking brilliant artist, but man,
Oh, he's
I would
totally
not
crazy.
want to spill his drink at a pub or anything like that, man. The dude is intense, eh? Like every photo,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this girl, but he's just paints so elegantly.
I know, it's wild. Some of the shit he paints is amazing too. Like he really gets deep and gets wild,
Yeah.
And, it's pretty funny. And some of his other photos too, like he just seems to be like he's got his shit down. He loves his wrestling and he's like growing his vegetables and painting. He's just he's got his things he loves to do, and that's it. You know,
Did you
it's
talk
awesome.
to him? Did you talk to him about the concept and everything? Is that, or was it the painting already being done before? Did you draw inspiration, or was it the other way around?
Um, no, so I actually drew like a sketch. I pretty well drew that cover, like just the outline, simple sort of sketch. I like sent him the lyrics and an explanation of the lyrics of what they meant, and then I sent him a simple sketch. And then he just took all of that and was like, "Oh, this is awesome," and he's like, "Yeah, great." Yeah, and we wanted the fold out, bifold, rectangle shape, not just a square, sort of image. And he's like, "Oh, these are my favorite ones to do." So yeah, he just sort of took that and ran with it, and then we'd get like, it'd start off as like a block image where he'd like draw the dude and like a couple of little volcanoes in the back and a couple of little skulls, and he's like, "This is the landscape," and we're like, "Yeah, looks cool." And then he'd concentrate on one thing. He'd draw the guy, and he's like, "Oh, this is how he's gonna look." And we're like, "Yeah, awesome." And then he'd start doing all the, do the skulls, and then he'd really work on the detail. Like he'd get right in there and draw a little, like, looks like a amphitheater or something, like rotting away in the background, and like skulls shooting out of the volcanoes and all this wild shit. So he like the detail is really amazing. So yeah, that the album art we're really happy with. It come out pretty awesome. So yeah, everyone's stoked with it.
How was it the first time you saw it though? Like as one piece, especially looking
Yeah.
at that on vinyl, man. That's one of the reasons why I want to get it on vinyl. I love the vinyl stuff. But man, like, so there is a lot of detail there. It must have been a real trip looking at it and then zooming in. Were you zooming in on your phone, sort of looking at all this?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, everyone's first thing. Yeah, like, and this was all sort of happening while we were like getting tracks back from Kurt. So everything, like we had the artwork on the go, and then so it was just this, crazy time where there was just lots going on with the band. We were like, "Oh, this is cool," and then we're getting the songs, and it was all sort of starting to come together. And yeah, so yeah, but like when it all come back and we all got the full high res painting, because he paid some guy to take a photo of it. Like he doesn't give away the like original.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't. Yeah, he gets some dude to take this awesome photo. I don't know how he does it, but yeah. And then we just got an email sent with the tracks, and I mean with the image, and yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty exciting when we got it back, just to see how he works. So yeah, he's awesome. He doesn't really say much. Like he's just there's a bit of back and forth, but
yeah.
um, yeah. And then when it was done, it was like, all right, cool, thanks. And yeah, we probably should we'll send him a copy. Yeah, see what he thinks.
Be cool to think that one day, like he's got the original. That I'm noticing some of these guys are doing galleries now, like metal artists.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Elleran Candor, his name.
Yeah, he did the Psycho album and the Die Art. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
dude?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
yeah.
And done like
It's
Behemoth.
pretty cool.
I like that idea. It's because you know metal's always had, especially with the covers and stuff, have always had. It's always had this sort of, I guess, reputation with mainstream snobbery. People going, yeah,
Yeah,
all covers, but it is art, and there's stuff in there that's just like your cover and his work. It's really well done, man, and it's beautiful stuff. So it'd be cool
yeah,
to think that one day he'll have a gallery somewhere or an art exhibit, and your album cover will be on there on the wall for people to admire.
yeah.
You know,
And especially when you think that he's Italian, so it could be like in some famous art gallery in Rome or some wild shit like that. Like it could be pretty cool. But yeah, yeah, no, I'm definitely all about that. That was sort of half the reason why I got into music and metal and stuff like just the whole package.
yeah,
Because
man.
you sit down and you listen to the music and you look at the CD or the record and then even when you hear a song, it sort of takes you. They've like created this little world, and you get a lot of death metal bands that that are like that. They'll create this weird, morbid sort of world, and you instantly just think of this twisted place where these songs live.
Yeah, I love it, man.
So yeah,
All about it. Yeah, man. But of course, the videos are incredible too. Colin Jeffs is
yeah,
man, like especially his work of late has just been just incredible, man. Like the
yeah,
videos
yeah,
he did with you and some other bands that I'm friends with, man, he's just smashing it. But how was it
yeah, yeah.
working with him?
Yeah, it's really good because like he there's no like bad idea. Like it's all like you could say, all right, I've got the more ideas you've got and the more that you've got to give him and say, all right, this is what we want to do and this is what we're thinking and blah blah blah. And then like he just takes it and runs with it. He's just like, all right. And you can see his mind is just racing and he's like, all right, let's this is gonna be awesome, like blah blah blah. And yeah, so when we did the first one, that was the first time that we worked with him, and he flew down from the Gold Coast, and we went down like Great Ocean Road to like down the Otways, 12 Apostles, like rainforests and cliffs, and trying to get all real epic with everything. And he was loving it. He was just like, all right, we had like a quick chat, and was just like, all right. So he sort of had a vibe that he wanted to do, and then we sort of were back and forth with that, and then it was just all down to like the elements really, because it's a very nature driven sort of clip where it's like crashing waves and cliffs and forests and fire and all this sort of stuff, and it just come down to being at the right place at the right time, and he was all over it. He just nailed it. So yeah, he's awesome to work with. The second clip we punished him a bit. We got him up in the snow.
Yeah, it's so groovy, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, he like we were there for 3 days, and he pretty well like the first day we did about an hour and a half of shooting, and then the second day was a complete write off, and we sat in a blizzard for like 8-9 hours, and then in the last hour we managed to shoot like 90% of the clip. So, and then we went back a third day and did like an hour in the morning, and yeah, we sort of did it all. But yeah, he's amazing. Like, and you can see he's such a versatile sort of guy. Like, he can really just put himself into any style and just do his thing.
Yeah.
He's great.
Oh yeah, he's also.
Yeah,
And did I see that you guys are giving away the sword from the
yeah, yeah,
clip? Man, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was Dan's idea. So I think someone just actually won it. I'm not sure. Yeah, we put everyone's name into a hat, and
Yeah.
yeah, some dude just won. So he'll be stoked. But yeah, it was sort of pretty cool idea. It was like, I was surprised he was going to give it away because I was like, it's the sword, like, But yeah, it's pretty cool. It was a good idea.
Yeah, damn that, man. I've never seen anyone give away. They give away like is a hat or something, but you guys give away a sword.
Yeah,
Like most epic thing in the world. Like,
yeah, I know, that's it. Just straight up, yeah. It's very metal. It was a great idea actually.
yeah.
I think about it.
Like, oh man, I want a sword. Man, maybe you just need to bring out your own sword.
Yeah, well, we'll start selling them at shows. Like a blacksmith in the corner. Like, it's
You got to wait like a week, but
yeah, that's a great idea actually. Yeah, start selling custom swords at
swords.
gigs.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be an absolute disaster because you can imagine drunk metalheads running around the pit,
it's like that.
swinging. The security guards would be they'd be freaking.
Oh
Yeah,
mate, I think there's a video in that. Someone's gonna do it one day. But mate,
yeah,
you've got some shows coming up. Well, you played a couple of shows already, like
yeah.
Bellacore and stuff like that. How were the shows going with the material and when people haven't really heard it? How was the reactions?
I was sort of like I think like 90% of the people that come to see us were like the first couple were just friends from other bands. Like they were just sort of excited to see us four probably on stage like all together and what we were going to do. So the first show was a bit weird because that was still heavily in the COVID time. So we had people wearing masks to get in, and then you had the QR code stuff, but then once you're inside, you're allowed to take your mask off as long as you had a drink, and it was like all those stupid rules and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So everyone was sort of didn't know. It was just a weird vibe, like sort of everyone was sort of standing there, but it was like okay, couldn't really relax, and it was weird. That was like the first show people had been to in a long time, couple of years. But the one at the corner was good because we already had one of the clips out, so people knew that song. But that was a different crowd altogether because they were mostly like Bellacore fans.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but we've made a lot of fans from that show. We've still, there's a lot of guys that'll send us messages and ask us when we're playing and stuff like that. So just off that one show, we did pretty well. Like and selling t-shirts too, which was a bit of a shock. Like we
Yeah.
sold a few there, but yeah, the next show we're playing at the Bendigo on the 17th of next month. So yeah, that's going to be a ripper. It should
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be epic, man. You got one
Yeah,
up here in Brisbane that's coming up in
yeah,
with
yeah,
Minus Life's final show, who
yeah,
are good friends of mine, and that's with Alarm and Freedom
yeah.
Affair and Snake Mountain, my band, Snake Mountain.
Oh, excellent! I'll look
Yeah.
forward to playing with you, brother. It's going to be
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was super excited when I saw it. I was like, yeah, man, it's gonna be like
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
really
it's going
cool.
to be awesome. Yeah, and then we're heading over to Adelaide for New Dead
Yeah.
Fest. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Brisbane. It's good. I love going up there. It's good. Yeah,
Man,
I haven't been up there for a while actually. I think that was my last band we played up there. But yeah, that's going to be good, man. I look forward to it. I'm just hoping it's a bit warmer than down here.
oh,
It's
dude,
been
I
pretty shit.
I tell you what, man, we just played Frankie's on Sunday night, and
Yeah,
it wasn't too bad down there. But as soon as we got on the plane, all hungover as shit, and then as the
yeah,
plane lands, and we as soon as we walk out that door, the heat just smashed us, and
yeah,
it was a bad scene, man.
right.
It was like yeah, it was like the hangover just went from 5 to 20.
Yeah, yeah. Well, oh yeah, don't worry, I know all about that. We yeah, we've had a really strange start to. I don't even know if it's summer yet. Is it when does that start tomorrow? Isn't it tomorrow? But it should be like summer by now. Like
Yeah.
at least like the weather. But last week here we had days it was like 8 degrees and like 6 degrees with like wind and rain and Yeah, it was freezing. So just
Oh,
strange weather.
it is. It
Yeah,
is. Yeah, you're right, man. It is really fucking weird at the moment.
yeah, it is.
We're in for it. We're in for it. But man, like yeah. Hey, shout out to the Minus Life guys as well, because it is their last show and they've been doing
Yeah,
it for a while, and that's going to be amazing. And of course, Northy, Jason North,
yeah.
New Dead, man, they're going to be epic shows, dude.
Yeah, I actually saw Jason on the weekend. I went to the Skeletal Remain show down in Melbourne
Oh yeah,
and bumped into him and said g'day. So I haven't seen him for a while, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. And
man, what a way to kick off
yeah,
the year.
yeah, yeah, it's going to be fucking rad.
Yeah, yeah, man. Heaps of stuff on the horizon. But well, apart from that, have you guys have you got more ideas for future records, or what's happening?
Yeah, well, we've already started on the second one, so yeah, we're a few songs deep. We're just sort of getting that, starting a little plan with that at the moment. So um, yeah, I've already put vocals to one track, and there's a few more to come. So
Fuck yeah.
probably, yeah, I'd say I don't know. Well, by the end of the year, we'd be pushing it, but maybe 2020, or not this. I mean, next year, but
Hmm.
yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But there's definitely another one on the horizon that'll be out sort of pretty soon. So that's the plan. But yeah, it's exciting, and I think because this one was come out pretty quick, we're sort of taking our time a bit more with this one.
Hmm.
And we sort of found our feet and got our sound. So I think we're just gonna harness that and just keep pushing it. So we'll see what comes next.
Europe?
Should be good.
You gonna head over to Europe, or
Well, that is the plan. It would be good, but I guess we just have to wait and see what the response is with everything. So so far it's pretty good. Yeah, we just have to get the record out and keep pumping these clips, and yeah, just see how we go. I guess.
smash it, man? Because
Yeah,
it's as I keep saying, man. I think it's one of the best albums of this year. It's
yeah,
fucking
awesome.
it's so good, man. It's so good. It's right up there. Yeah, yeah. You got to be proud of that, dude. And it's gonna
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, but man, it's been awesome hanging out with you on the show. We will have all the links down here to Soul Furnace. It's out now through seasons of I can't even talk properly this time. Seasons of Mist.
Yeah,
Did I say that even right now? Yes.
you did. You got
Okay. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. We'll have all the links down here, brother. We will see you very, very soon in Brisbane. Until then, you and the boys have a good rest of your year.
Awesome. Take care, man.
Yeah, thanks,
Cheers.
man.